And just like that, it's Monday. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good, actually, All things considered. Hey, I thank God.
Sasa, what are those things you're considering?
All things considered, like good health, you know, like some things you take for granted, but I'm learning to not to take good health for granted.
Don't take it for granted.
Don't.
It is true.
Don't.
You can do everything that you can, and then you just leave the rest.
Yes.
To God. That is it.
Yeah.
But that you are fine, and we are seeing you in that resplendent mustard sweater is a good thing for us. We are all very happy. I'm fine, thank you.
Now, you're equally really good?
Yes.
Because I can equally see the two burgundies of the maroon on your lips and your top.
The lips match the sweater. Yeah.
Yes, welcome back. Actually, we missed you Friday, but
thank you.
I told people you'll be back. You'll be back.
Asante sana.
Simona nimemrudisha. Sina deni.
Wow, really? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see you, and I'm glad that you're here. Karibu sana. It's already the 27th of July. For those of you who thought that July would not come to an end, it's over in 4 days, and then schools are closing.
Yeah.
Officially, and then we're going to get into that 3-week holiday, and that so many things are happening. And while all those things were happening, boom, the western part of the nation blew up. Akina Barasa.
Let me tell you, if there was ever an earthquake, now that was an earthquake.
Somebody should tell somebody
how to organize an earthquake.
Definition first. You know that Earthquakes for Dummies. You know those books, Chicken Soup. Earthquakes for Dummies. Go, then you read. How do I organize an earthquake?
No, Ndu. Why are you even overdoing it? They didn't even get the liquid to turn the page. They're stuck on prologue.
Akina Barasa, we will never play with you again. I'm sorry. We don't. You never showed us how to do these things. We will never try you guys again.
Sifuna. You gotta love it.
Oh, it's interesting. And of course, we'll be having conversations around that today. But a very good morning to everybody, and getting into kabisa. Skiddy's here. Good morning. Marion is here. Good morning. Eric Mugo is here because Mutanu has decided I'm just going to sleep for one. Wow. That's not what I was going to say, but okay.
Yeah.
And JB, good morning. Everybody getting into it today, nice and solid. It's a Monday morning, and Karibu. We're going to talk about a number of things over the weekend. But you know what? I think my favorite part of the weekend was to see the ingenuity and humor that lies in the hearts of Kenyans. CCC Mafisi.
They were not even that.
Jeez.
I saw a certain AI video where there were fishes just having a conversation. I think that women who came from church with the turbans and everything. And after that, like, sisi mafisi, sisi tunarudi nyumbani. You know.
They are Maasai feces. They have feces from the coast.
From the coast.
All
of us are feces.
Sheesh. You gotta be very careful what you say, because Kenyans are gonna take it and turn it around in a way that you didn't expect. Be careful what you say, little mouth. Be careful what you say, little mouth. For the Father up above, He is looking down in love. So be careful what you say, little mouth.
We're not calling anyone mouse, but be careful what you say, little mouse.
Mouth. Hey, yawa. Anyway, like I said, it will all form part of the discussions that we will have today. There is never a dull moment, especially when you're a year to an election in any country, for that matter.
Yep.
So we are going to wait and see what that is all about. But time will tell. There were those who are saying, "Oh, this is just blow." It's like, what did they say? In a
passing cloud.
Yeah. Oh, there's another one. There's something with the motor. Yeah, Gazette something.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Inachomeka haraka kama moto, something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will see. Because at the end of the day, if it's a passing cloud, guess what? It will pass.
It will pass.
So let's wait and see. Shall we?
Question: if it's not and you're not prepared, what are you going to do?
It will rain on you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it could be a passing cloud, or it's something that's here to stay.
One thing I've learned. is that actually people can donate to a campaign.
My friend, this is what I have, a widow's mite.
Yeah.
Just take
this because I believe and trust in you. And you see what that does is it changes the entire game. So that if you're coming with your 4 billion, you have to tell people where that 4 billion is. Then again, there is the responsibility because the people gave in towards your campaign. If you end up there, your responsibility is to give back and to deliver. Because they're the ones who actually put you there.
Exactly.
Yo,
like I said,
it was an interesting weekend.
It was a very interesting weekend and likelihood of very interesting days to come. And so, forming, of course, part of the conversations that we'll have today. A very good morning to everybody. Dennis Tolaseto and Ndoko with you here this morning in the Situation Room. It's Kenya's biggest conversation on this Monday. It's the last Monday of July. And even as we get into it, let me tell you what we'll be talking about today. Our conversations will span, of course, across board, but we're going to be looking into Kenya's politics a little bit here and there. And, well, not here and there, but, quite some. And if I can just find what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. The battle for, Race to State House 2027 is the conversation that we're talking about. Whether people say, we want to chenga people, we want to pay patapotea. The people of Kenya actually are interested in knowing what's on the buffet. So you can actually start to make a selection. And you can actually, ask people what is cooking behind there. So you won't just come and say, surprise, later on. No. People are actually very interested in knowing. Is the good Senator Sifuna presidential bid a game changer come next year? Is it a game changer today? Is it something that we're looking at that ought to be considered? We're going to analyze this conversation today. Youth leader UDA Elijah Sawe is going to be in the presence of Evans Wafula, who is a political analyst. Both of them will join us at 7:00 and we'll have that conversation. Is it a game changer? Does it actually move the conversation now that we've seen? If there's so many things that you want to play into here. The crowds, unbelievable, that wherever he went, he was welcomed. He was stopped and said, you must address us, even if it was not, a stop point on this tour. And they said, no, you have to stop and you must address us. You must address the people. We must hear from you. So does this now have an impact on what is going to happen come 2027?
True.
We'll analyze this. We'll talk about it come 7:00 this morning. The battle for Mulembe will be discussed by Michael Agwanda, who is a political analyst as well. For the longest time, even before I got into the political space, just studying and then, at different levels, the Kenya case came into discussion. And that a particular a particular block of people, numerous in number, and this is not a stab, numerous in number, were unable to come together to then make a decision that would sway the outcome of an election. And that's the Luya vote. It's this area that it's never been able to unite. So the question is, at this point, has it come united?
Are they united?
Are they united now? And who's the unifying, if there is a unifying factor? Who is it? Can the president woo Mulembe ahead of 2027? This might be the part that he needs if what we are hearing is that Gachagua has said West Central is mine, and that was the number that swayed the election in 2022. But if that's gone, would he be counting on Mulembe, and does he have it? So that's what we're going to be looking at 8:00. And then, dear Mr. President, is the conversation that we'll have. The education conversation is so heavy, but I am worried, Dennis, that, you can stand up today and just say, oh, that one that we spent time, money, resources, people's whatever for the last 3 years, people have been telling you that it doesn't work. You refuse to admit that it doesn't work. And then suddenly, out of the blue,
it's not working.
You say,
I have a solution.
Dear Mr. President, let's talk about this education thing a little bit more, but we'll discuss. But the number of things, it's a plethora of things that we'll talk with the president this morning, and we'll get all of that from our next couple of conversations. So that's what it looks like this morning. Get on into the room. Let's talk today, because one of the things, a problem shared is half solved, as they say. But then also, let's also engage where we're going to do so intellectually, and that there's certain things that we can learn. If there are uncomfortable conversations, we'll have them right here. If there are things that you think nobody's talking talking about, we'll talk about them right here in this room, and we'll move the needle, even if it's one person at a time every day. Karibuni sana. Thank you for being here this morning. Where have you taken us today? Did you know that mustard and burgundy actually go very well together?
Yes.
The people who spend time in color coding and color matching will tell you that they're very good compliments.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking about the colors. So you just, take that as you may.
Okay. We go very well together this morning.
I just left it up there, but okay.
We are in Malawi.
Oh, Malawi.
Malawi. It is considered to be the warm heart of Africa. Lake Malawi covers 20% of the entire country's landmass. And one thing about that Great Lake is the fact that it has different species than any other lake in the world. So if you talk about tourism and knowing different species you can find in a lake, then you just need to go deep diving inside the lake Malawi.
I would love to do that, actually.
Yeah. And one thing they've done about their lakes is they have beaches. Like in Kenya, you only know, if I want to enjoy a great beach, I have to go to the coast. Now, they have taken advantage of their lakes to have amazing beaches that then attract tourists. All right? Yes. Let's go to the proverb. Hey, always remember, empty seats are better than wrong company. Always remember, empty seats are better than wrong company.
It's true. I think a lot of time my dad used to say, if you're not invited, don't go. If it's clear that you're not welcome, don't be there. You'd rather be by yourself than maybe somebody who's taking you in the wrong direction or somebody who's going to, just be a pain. Or in the place where you're uninvited, don't feel as though you must go. You'd rather have that seat empty than be there, or have someone uninvited than be in an uncomfortable position. It's a difficult thing to do, isn't it, as a human being sometimes? But it usually is the safest road to go.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it, and one of the most difficult thing to do, especially when you are around people, is to say no where everybody's saying yes.
It's tough.
But imagine what that no does and the power it gives you to just have that red line, nobody crosses there, and people knowing when you come here, no, these are no goes on. Aseto, these are no goes on. Why? Because among the many, that no is your strength. That no is your empty seat.
That no is your empty seat. Indeed. Indeed. All right, so let's say good morning to everybody, and where it is that you're tuned in from. Our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X, and our audience on KTN. Top of the morning to you, Karibu Sana, and those who listen as you're on your way to where you're going today. We welcome you with open arms into the room, and as we talk today, we thank you that you're part of our conversations. We'll take a quick minute to say hello to you and thank you for joining us. Wherever it is that you are, let us know as we say hi. Sawa sawa. All right. Yes, tuned in, Don Sabo says, Ndon Aseto, good morning. A very good morning to you. Ask Aseto.
Yes.
Aseto. Do you believe that Sisi Sifuna is a what?
Paper fire.
Is paper, that's the word I was looking for. Paper fire, crowded by the organic Sifuna wave all over.
Let me tell you, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Because if it's paper fire, ask yourself the question, who's managed to do what he has done, especially in the Western region? Is it paper fire? Let's wait and see. Time will tell.
Okay, let's wait and see if it actually is. Desmond Oti says, good morning. A very good morning to you. Sasa, nyumba ya Sifuna imefanya nini shweli? Or Jeanette trying to put together, bring loggerheads between Rigiji and Sifuna. Leave the man's house alone.
Yeah.
Stop it. I mean, come on. It's just his house. And when he was there, of course, people felt they needed to take a picture of it just to show, how he lives.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So everybody just needs to calm down.
Relax.
I mean, God, it's a house.
Yeah.
Stop it. Really, really calm down. I would have used other phrases, but, it's still 6:24. G Kenya says, good morning from Nairobi. Very good morning to you. Bernardo Gamba says, good morning, Nduana Seto. Drivers, please be extra careful ferrying our children home. We want them alive to tell us why they want to burn everything. Yeah, this is the week.
Yeah.
I beg you. Hey, God. A lot of them be coming home. And this is also the term where there are a lot of school trips happening.
True.
People are going all over the place.
Parliament.
School buses, yeah. And then out of their normal residence, they're going to Mombasa, they're going to, Nyeri, they're going to the Masai Mara. These school trips are happening.
Yep.
Please be very careful. You'd rather even slow down. I used to be in a car with a friend of mine, and he would say that when you're going and you see a school bus, you'd rather even slow down. We get where we're going.
True.
It's just please be very careful. This is that season. And I think that's a great point that you've made this morning, Bernard. Simon Wayhill says, good morning, Spices. Ready for today's great conversations. Thank you for being here. Very good morning to you. Opio Polycarp says, good morning, Spices. A wise leader doesn't turn friends into adversaries, nor strongholds into battlegrounds. Nimba, yeah. Carrier Peter says, good morning from Mombasa. We cannot treat people like trash and call ourselves religious at the same time. Actually, you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You are void of, you can't, the words that you speak. In fact, you know what? Yesterday it was the verse, I remember. Guard your heart, for from it is the wellspring of life. Because the things that you say with your mouth are actually the things that you mean.
True.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So you speak and you spew nonsense. Guess what's inside? Because imagine when you belch. It's like when you belch and you can smell the food that you had eaten before. Yeah. That's what's coming out.
That's what's coming out.
That's what's inside. Yeah. I agree with that. You can't preach water and drink wine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Drink wine and preach water.
Yeah. It's true. Robert Bogo says, good morning from Mombasa. Very good morning to you. And James says, hello. An enemy that will one day abuse your child tests your defense by pinching them. Pinch my child, eh? Kenyans, fear what they tell you that your parliament is powered by bribes. They're testing your capacity. Well, I think both of those things are true.
Yeah.
Nashon Cookie says, good morning, Dennis and Ndu. With allegations made by Jeanette, can it be played when Gachagua goes before appeals court? This also brings up the question on source of wealth or most of these politicians. First of all, if you open your mouth in public and say, we were given money, you who received the money, why was it okay for you to receive the money in the first place?
True.
You have to also ask the question. Because this thing that you might use to try to paint somebody else black might actually get you in the pits.
Yep.
So you might want to... What did I say when we started? Just...
Zip it.
Hey.
Shut up. No.
It's been a while.
I'm like...
Just, come on.
Where's the ACC? I'm like...
You're not being smart.
Maybe
What? What is wrong with you?
Like,
Shut up.
Bro.
Hello.
What happened?
Hello. No, man.
Uliacha kile nyumbani.
I just feel sorry for some people sometimes. Literally. Guys, let this be a lesson to everybody.
Yeah.
The brain to mouth filter. When you wake up in the morning, you know the way you brush your teeth and have a cup of coffee?
Thank you.
Put the battery in.
Dust it.
Please. Put it. Check. You know the way you charge your phone?
Yeah.
Check that the battery in your brain to mouth filter is functioning. Otherwise, don't leave the house.
You know what they
Because you get yourself in trouble.
Do you know what they did to that battery? They put it to charge but forgot to switch on.
Bus. You forgot to switch it on. Then you just took the empty battery and you put it inside the filter. It's not gonna work, man.
Mungo's idea.
Hey, Jameni, it's not gonna work. Yeah. So that one, you're right. It has some issues there. James Kamau says, so help repayments comes from employees. Yes, it does. If no one is hiring because of the bad economy, then the help quietly dies and can't fund the next set of students. It's the economy, stupid. Yes, I agree. It's actually an education conversation that we're going to have on Wednesday this week. We're going to have a panel to discuss this because... Let me just breathe. Osana Mark says, good morning, Spice. A happy and blessed week ahead. You cannot cure diarrhea by stitching the anus. Actually, you can't.
It's true.
Yep, it's true.
Takulipua.
Or it'll come back in another direction.
Let me tell you. There is like flood water. It will always find a path.
Mother Nature always fights back, my people. It'll come out. And you can see that it's coming out. Some people are talking. He stitched the sound the mouth. Sorry. Boy, too much? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just like that. So now we continue greeting people because Leo. Clearly. Leo, good morning. He says facts in numbers. NHIF was better than SHA. Okay. Few people registered, all paying and getting service. SHA millions registered, few paying. But in Utopia is better than NHIF. It will appear. She's back. Yay! Linda Gola, good morning. Bonjour à tous, mon ami. Hope you're well. And Jeff Bet says, good morning, beautiful people of Kenya. Beautiful people of Kenya, you have been greeted. Henry Accepted says, good morning, Spice family. Welcome back to Zindu Santisana. You prayed for me. Amen. I said, weekend, tulikuwa BG. This life takes you to unexpected places. Bungoma is BG?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Silinda Mwananchi ni wengi wa ni movement walichanga. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Swali ni says, Jeff, will we continue being a plantation when we work for Rudo? Mr. Rudo. Eric Yoga says, good morning, Spice team. You're the voice of the voiceless. Did you see how the Linda Mwananchi is sending the culprits home? Ayaore oseto? Oh, yaore. All right. Red Fire Red, good morning. Where have you been? Well, it's good to see you this morning. Hope you're well. Happy New Week. Good to see you recovered and well today. Thank you so much. I'm loving the colors. Yo, burgundy na mustard zinaweza kabisa. Mashari and Jerry is tuning in this morning from Portland in Oregon and says the episodes of criminal gangs attacks have paused for now. Well, you know the thing about criminal gangs, they've paused for now. They were not going to try anything stupid over the weekend going into Western.
Exactly.
I think it's even a story that was covered and said these seem to have been a bit peaceful rallies. There was no one.
Yep.
Bongi Juma says, good morning, Spice. How are you all this week, this blessed Monday? To all Kenyans, arise, for Kenya is not a plantation to anyone. Paula says, good morning, Drew. We thought umetunyia ile kitu. What is that?
Tumia.
Umetumia.
Okay, whatever he meant.
Sawa.
It's not that one. She's back.
Which one ever? It's okay. Yes. James Kamau is also tuning in. Yeah, we see you. D Combo, Habari Awote Wangwana. Good morning to you, sir. Rosie Kibunja. Yay. Good morning. Spice is tuned in from Nairobi. Princess Ndu, welcome back. Thank you. That color is coloring. Kutura Seto, the sweater is swearing. We continue to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable kabisa. Osena Emily says, good morning. What? A bust weekend it was. I was just with H.E. Sifuna. I just wish H.E. Sifuna the very best as he gears towards the highest office in this beautiful land. Okay. Martino says, good morning. They forced TV stations to stop live broadcasts of Sifuna yesterday. Well, somebody did something. Wanda, good morning, Aseto. Glad you're back and thank you so much. And Aseto's looking suave. You've heard suave. You're suave. In that mustard sweater. I see a GQ magazine cover on the horizon. Kasele says, good morning, Spice family. Was Agnes Ndanu ever found? The OCS who threw her girlfriend? I don't think she was hiding. I don't think she ran away. I think she's been walking around in broad daylight like a cockerel who's just crowed good morning.
Yep.
I don't think anybody was looking for her. And I think that's a huge indictment on people in the service. Can you imagine? Here we are again.
Yeah.
Hassan Oponde says, Tukondani sisi ndio Sifuna. Okay. Eric Awar says, good morning. Bernard Nyaberry, welcome back. And somebody should tell Dwali to reduce the kind of arrogance he portrays around. Or as Dennis would say, should just...
Shut up.
Okay. Kennedy Njanja says, good morning. You're loud and clear in Al Quoz in Dubai. Good morning to you. Kennedy, good job, guys. You say thank you so much. Daniel Churu says, blessed morning. My plea to Kenyans is that they stop, take time, and question if their suffering is because of another community or is it because of non-performing leaders. T.S. Dwali and Badi are mere mouthpieces. They're talking about something.
Yep.
That's for sure. I'm glad you're back. Thank you very much, Jennifer. Good morning, Dennis. Feel loved. And good morning, Spice family. May the God of Sifuna locate me this week. Rogers Lies tuned in this morning. Sabalheri Team Spice, it's good to be back. 87.9 FM. Meanwhile, Malembe region is sifunated. Sindio? Okay. Yes, back in Mombasa, so thank you for that. And Yakundi Emmanuel says, good morning, Team Spice. People are in panic mode, yet they had to reorganize panel meetings, Malava and Busia, but Wapi, it's only school buses we saw. That was interesting to see the school buses on the other side of things, wasn't it just? Raim Tula Omar says, good morning from Nairobi. Ndona Seto, just like Kenya, the former Indian education minister said he will not resign over exam paper leaks. The Indian youth forced him to note to Dwale. Yes, it's called the Coleroach protest.
Yes.
Eric Yoga says, do you know that the teachers who invigilated exams yesterday have not been paid?
Education.
Bit of Herbs says, good morning, Ndu and Dennis. Someone once said Gachagua will be forgotten in 2 weeks. I'm telling us Sifuna is a passing cloud. Who told them? In the words of Kimiak.
Where is Kimiak?
We're asking again for the week. It's the third week. Christina says, I want to thank KTN for giving us the live coverage of the 6th. It was a beautiful weekend. This is Christina. Good morning to you. Paul Olaka says, good morning. Great week. Kitale and Bungoma made our weekend. The voice of the people is as alive. Okay. Nuru say, good morning. I hope Kenyans won't start soiling Sifuna donations like they did to Morara Kabaso. I hope so. Calvin Mirindo says, good morning, my love. Good morning to you, Calvin. And I hope you're well. Bidikani Voice, where Rogers Nyange is tuned in from. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, Spice team. Bishanga, good morning. How many days to the election? We're 340 something, if I'm not wrong. The Kikombe says, checked in, focused. Since you were born, you were not even halfway through 1 billion blinks of your eyes. Visualize this every time you hear 1 billion of your tax money is unaccounted for. Donge.
Yeah.
Wait, see Muko Wengi sana online today. Wait.
Kimiak is here.
First of all, Amwaka, good morning from Mombasa. I'm looking forward to great discussions this week, especially about Sifuna. Kimiak, you don't just come in and tell us things without telling us where you've been, because we were very worried about you. Oh, there you've said it. The things these gadgets can do to us, I blame Ruto. Poleni sana for missing in action, but I'm back, and the gospel is still that Tawe means nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration. Kimiak, we're very, very happy that you're okay. We've missed you. Karibu sana. That makes my heart glad. And Dennis was worried. Dennis, now you can breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
And everybody else who continues to be in the room. Beja, good morning from Paddington in the UK. Suma says, good morning to and Dennis, welcome back into your Mr. Santisana. Richard Odera says, good morning, Team Spice, tuned in from Mikindani, Mombasa. And Caroline Yabura, I want to get to everybody today, says, good morning, Amapenda Sana, wishing you a blessed day ahead. Isa Kale, glad to see you back, Kimiak. We were worried. Isa, a very good morning to you. Isa. Yeah, and we see you there, Karibu. Thank you for being in the room this morning. And the Jams Board says, bad governance in Kenya fuels corruption, weakens public institutions, and denies citizens essential services. It does indeed. Bishanga says, is the economy stupid? Well, somebody pushes the economy.
Yep.
It's the cart does not know where to go until it gets the pusher of the cart. Nancy Abura says, good morning, Dennis and Ndu. I thought it was AI spewing nonsense. Kumbe it was real. Hawa wanasiasa wamelewa kabisa. Yeah, it's people's mouths. Hi, good to see you again. Linda Mwananchi, the way to go watch this space. Thomas Osoro, good morning. Joe Mungai says, hello. Eden Dwale has the audacity to incite Kenyans against the Kenyan community and has no apologies to give. Owen Ongalo says, Ndu Nachoma, add volume. Herbert says, good morning. Kitale was cloud 9. It was crazy. John Kamburu is tuning from Namibia. And Jacob Wina says, good morning. Gekota is tuned in this morning. We see you as well. Bungoma was lit. Whatever you say, Senator Sifuna has taken off. Watching from Miami. Good morning. Welcome back, Ndu. Thank you very much. Engineer Julius Opani. The spirit of Linda Monichi was vibing. Isakali, good morning, TSR. Glad to be here. The lesson from the weekend. Sometimes the fastest way to create a national figure is to keep insisting there isn't one. Nice seeing you back, Ndu. Thank you so much. Dennis says, hi guys, happy to join you through YouTube. Say hi to my namesake, Dennis.
Hello.
Dennis. Kimiak is back, Bitter Herb says, and Jose Morens tuned in from Giro. And Felix is also tuned in and says, good morning, Spicens. Woo! Had to get through everybody this morning. That took a while.
Yeah.
I can't resist but to greet everyone. All right. Karibuni sana, kila mtu. And I know that the people who are waving, we are waving and we're saying thank you for being here this morning. Let's get into it proper. We'll take into the headlines in just a bit. We'll start off on Kenya's bold newspaper, The Standard. And there he is. Grand welcome. Western Kenya turned out in extraordinary numbers at Edwin Sifuna's Linda Mwananchi brigade rolled through the region, capping the tour with a triumphant homecoming in Bungoma. Without police cordons, hired crowds, or violence, Sifuna commanded rallies with the ease of a seasonal political kingpin, reviving memories of the mass appeal once associated with his late mentor Raila Odinga. Attempts to counter the tour with parallel meetings barely dented the mood. Buoyed by enthusiastic supporters and an endorsement for the presidency, Sifuna has emerged from the weekend looking less like an ambitious senator and more like presidential material. Look, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Even for the pundits and even those who want to come and counter this and say it was like passing cloud, whatever, you can't ignore the mammoth crowds. You can't. You can try, but you can't ignore it.
Mammoth crowd is currency to politicians. And this is just Western. You have to go back to other places Sifuna has been in his countrywide tour and look at those crowds, then compare them with what everyone else is doing. That right there is making people scratch their heads.
Yeah. You know how they say the best form of defense is attack?
Yeah.
It's also in the negative, whereby I feel attacked, obviously, because of what somebody else might be doing. And so what I'm going to do as a result of that is try to dilute the potency of this.
Potency.
Let me come here and make a dictionary layers. Wait to see what's going to happen. I ate a dictionary for breakfast. So, some of the most powerful pictures came out this weekend where he was sitting with a young boy who said, Mimi, Sisini, Sifuna, where he was receiving 10 shillings, 20 shillings, 50 shillings in his hand in a most humble manner.
Where culture was equally allowed to play, because there's that young boy who went on top of that because it's circumcision period.
Yes.
And guys were like, yo, you're part of this, go do your thing, you know? And there was no pressure. People were just enjoying the moment and the mood, and message was being sent, whether you like it or not. When you'll want to hate, but you just hate. Go sit there at the corner.
Haters gonna hate. Ooh. So anyway, we're not taking positions here.
No.
What we're saying is that there's a moment here that cannot be blinked away. What was it that somebody said about a billion blinks? You've not blinked a billion times in your life.
True.
And somebody has stolen 1 billion shillings from you. Well, okay. And there's what you talk about on page 2. Sacred Knife Blessing Signal, start of the Bukusu circumcision season. It's quite a thing. I remember we read about it, even in my high school.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't here, but it's one of the things that we read about. It's actually a thing that's known outside of Kenya. That's quite moving, and I love it because what it does is that it retains the traditional.
True.
That we've had too many things thrown away from our African culture and tradition, and that to see something like this, a big deal made of it every day, I say go for it all the time. Global coalition calls for UNESCO World Heritage to do what? Civil society organizations from more than 35 countries have urged the governments of Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania to initiate an assessment to have Lake Victoria considered for UNESCO World Heritage status. That's nice, but, clear the hyacinth.
Thank you. You must protect the thing first.
Come on.
You've got to protect it. How do you have a car wash next to the lake? Then you want a UNESCO World Heritage.
And they're using the lake water to wash the cars.
Exactly. Then you're asking, hii hyacinth inatoka wapi? Toeni magari hapo kando.
Kwanza.
Yeah.
Jean Ojiro. Okay, I would pronounce it as I would if I was in Nigeria, but I'm thinking that Kenyans would say Ojiro.
Yeah, it's Ojiro.
Ojiro. Wins Kenya Miss Miss Universe crown.
Yeah.
Such a beauty she is. Why lie? She's a fashion model and digital creator. She was crowned Miss Universe Kenya on the 25th. She will represent Kenya at the 75th Miss Universe competition in Puerto Rico after emerging top amongst 15 finalists. Yeah. It's a good thing, no?
It's a good thing.
All right.
At least you have a candidate.
Sindo? Okay. Ebola outbreak nears 3,000 cases as Kenya watches virus push towards South Sudan. We'll talk about that. So this is reincarnation. Sifuna's Western tour fuels Raila successor debate. That if anybody was asking who's the person who's going to come into and you fill or then create his own shoes from the Raila path, well, many could say this is the answer. We'll debate that at 7. How city senators' wave is shaking Mulembe politics. Analysts explain why peace prevailed in Sifuna Western rallies. And Ruto's warning says, you don't know me. I only Jew.
Do you know me?
Don't know
I
me,
am
man.
unbogable.
Don't know me.
Yeah.
I'm still talking anyhow. Don't know me. He's saying you don't know me. Now, somebody's going to get pissed off. Kalonzo's absence from spotlight allows Sifuna to build momentum. And then I'm going to ask, if had he been there, would anything have been felt? It's a painful question to ask, but you must ask it.
Yeah.
That there is no entitlement when it comes to politics and power.
True.
That you cannot imagine that just because you've been in the scene for I don't know how many years that people are going to recognize you. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you, politics is where you gotta work your way up. Hii mambo ya kubebwa, as many say, hauwezi kubebwa kila siku. You gotta work your way up.
We'll talk. Because look at Gachagua, for example. The man he's sweating bricks. He's working.
Yeah.
Now, if it was you as a human being, do you imagine that, okay, just because I would recognize you, Dennis, then I just give you after doing all this work? I don't know.
You got to show what you have. Because
you do.
Even now, if the conversation is show me the amount of votes you have or the influence you have, everybody will come with their report card. This is what I command.
This is what I can do.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a story here, two pink lines rather, and it refers to lost dreams, teen mother carrying the burden alone. This is what we know, that Kenya has the highest number of single mothers in the region and knocking on Africa. So what exactly is the problem here? We also know that today, a morning like this, the highest purchased drug is an emergency contraception on a Monday morning, and it's bought by girls and women between the ages of 15 and 36. Why is this happening? But even while that is being the most sought after drug, we also see that too many teens are getting pregnant. They're still children.
Yep.
You can say whatever you want. A 16-year-old is a child. Batuk is leaving Kenya finally. Now, many would say that you want to question, why wouldn't Kenya continue to be a site where the British can train? But it's a shadow of impunity and how years of alleged atrocities finally led to Batuk's departure. Was it that Kenya refused to process the license for this training to continue in Laikipia? Or was it that Kenya said, you know what, it's too much? I will not forget the blue-eyed boys of this area.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? That there were too many children born out of relationships between British soldiers and Kenyan women.
Yep.
Again, the things that we don't want to discuss, we shall discuss them. In the opinion pages today, Sifuna and Natembeya have injected fresh hope into Luo politics. It's coming in from Joseph Nyaringo, and that's what's on the opinion pages today. While that's going on, WAFCON is also happening in Morocco, and Glasgow is home to the Commonwealth Games, which I was actually watching over the weekend. And I asked myself a question. Why is it that even after the deconstruction of the British Empire, because you know that's what the Commonwealth Games was, is that the British Kingdom sat and said, all my colonies come and perform for me sports. That's what they did. We're still doing it till today. But we're calling it the Commonwealth Games, and people are flying into Glasgow to, perform for an audience. But not to take away from the sportsmen and women who are doing everything that they can and an amazing job to honor their sports. But then that's the question that comes from the Commonwealth Games. All right, over to you, sir.
The more things change, the more they remain the same.
Yep.
Battle for Western is the headline. Now, it is Christian as a battleground. ODM has dominated the region, but Raila Odinga's death has upset the status quo. Now, the Mwananchi brigade led by Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna concluded a 2-day tour of Western Kenya yesterday. On a day, President Ruto visited Busia, underlining the region's importance in the 2027 State House contest. Now, in the 2022 elections, Ruto staged an upset by winning Bungoma, polling 250,000 plus votes that proved decisive to the presidential poll victory with a razor-thin margin over his closest challenger, Raila Odinga. With the 5 western counties so far accounting for 2.92 million registered voters, the country's third largest bloc after Mount Kenya, Nairobi, the scramble for the region is well underway. And then we have 2 pictures where President William Ruto addresses members of the public yesterday after attending the consecration and enthronement of Dr. Vitalis Job Ekuru as the 4th Bishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya Diocese of Katakwa in Amagoro, Busia County. That again is in Western. And this is Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna addressing a Linda Mwananchi homecoming rally in Bungoma town yesterday as the opposition brigade wrapped up 2-day political tour of Bungoma and Trans Nzoia counties. So it's a clear image of what was happening the other side of Busia and in Bungoma. And I can see a lot of police officers. The other side, I can't see a single police officer. I can see buses. I can't see buses.
Yeah.
That right there is a statement, a comparison of what was happening over the weekend, right? Now, confusion over varsity fees funding grows. Now, confusion over the government's promise of free university education has deepened after President William Ruto and Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba appeared to contradict each other on the legal framework that will anchor the policy. One asks the question, When the president was speaking, he was speaking out of what advice? Now that you see the cabinet secretary, the implement of the policy is speaking a different language from what the president said. Is this government working together? I always ask myself that question.
Do you want the kosher version or do you want the political version?
The truth.
That there was no plan.
Thank you.
There is no plan, and nobody knows what the hell is going on at the Ministry of Education. And that from a top-down model, there was no plan. And that is dangerous, especially when you're dealing with the futures of children and then older children, old adults who then go into the university system. There's no plan. And I can't entirely blame the president. I will also blame the Ministry of Education, who you told us. Okay, so now when you came out and told us that you don't know the unit cost of education from ECDC to tertiary, you don't know. So have you found out?
They still haven't.
Exactly.
They still haven't.
I beg, they
because
shouldn't
even
disturb
then,
us in
if
the
you
morning,
ask the president how much he's going to be paying for a single student, depending on what course they're doing, he can't tell a unit cost of, say, taking a medical student, taking an engineer, a teacher. How much does it cost for him to come tell us, I'm going to pay for all of you to go to campus?
Go, Jared. They're just disturbing somebody's head. Look. You say you're going to pay. How much are you going to pay?
Exactly.
You don't even know how much you're going to pay because your boys over here don't know how much it costs.
Where's the framework?
I beg.
Anyway, dream jobs at dark web. The syndicate trapping unemployed youth. So investigations have uncovered a growing network of trafficking syndicate that lure young Kenyans with the promise of lucrative jobs, only to force them into producing explicit content. This mostly happens, especially when many leave for Southeast Asia. It happens. Kazimaju. Anyway, Adongo dared to dream, made Kenya proud, met harsh end. That's a sad story.
Very sad story.
That's a very sad story.
Hey.
And that's because at some point he couldn't control his temper. Look at what that temper did, because he was immediately dropped by the team.
Yeah.
And from then on, his life just went down the drain.
And he's been deported from the US now.
Yep. President opposition battle for Mulembe Nation vote that has been expanded on page 4. Ruto dangles goodies in Western amid calls for Oparanya to be the deputy president.
Of what?
Of
Kenya. Sorry.
Deputy president. So President William Ruto's deputy president, because Mulembe Nation is very important, is the only way they will get the votes. Remember, the neighbors, Mashemeji Aviko, said deputy president position is Marwa. I had to use that. It's Marwa as well, right? So Gachagua unveils 2027 Mount Kenya poll strategy. Former DP declares his DCP party the dominant political vehicle in Mount Kenya, urges leaders to join it. Voter numbers giving president and his rivals sleepless nights. So President Ruto has complained about low voter registration numbers in his perceived political strongholds. How do you guys expect me to get back here if you are not registering? Question is, what incentives, what have you done for people to register and give you their vote?
I reckon that they're telling you something, but you're not listening.
Yeah.
That silence also implies something. Inaction also is action.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I don't know. I could be talking through my feces.
No, it's true. Why would I waste my time? Kenyans are asking themselves that question. You promised us the other time. You've not done anything. Why would I show up this time round? It's the same rhetoric. Confusion over varsity funding deepens. That is on page 8 has been expanded there. And we could look at the Star real quick because Sheila Temburu is about to be here.
Ruto woos Teso voters, Sifuna rocks Bungoma base. That's what's here on the front page of the Star this morning. And that's what it looks like. Those numbers, I mean, you can't make that up, can you?
You can't make that up.
That's kind of crazy. Kenya can be Africa's manufacturing hub with the right policies. Really? Yes, this is my friend Sid. He's the BAT boss. He's talking about this. And inside a 6.5 billion payroll fraud draining Kenya state coffers. You see what we're talking about? You have not blinked a billion times. You have not blinked. I love that.
Yeah.
I need to go back into the comments and see who that was. You've not blinked a billion times in your life. In your life, you've not blinked a billion times. And I just did like 7. But somebody has taken 6.5 billion shillings that's supposed to be meant to do things, pay police officers, and they've put it in their what? In their pockets.
And that is just one agency.
Yes. And that
I'll
for
think
some
about
reason
20 more.
For some reason, that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but, somebody's reckoned that's fine. Yeah, and they're not going to really do anything about it. If they do, I'll eat my sock. Why tribalism is making hospitals worse? Inside the hospital even again. Okay, you know what?
Takodunga dawa ki Nigeria. Kuja takodunga kijaluo.
Na ya fisi je? Oh God, too soon.
But the fisi anadunga wapi? Kwa kichwa. Fikiria.
You gotta love the cartoon in the Star this morning. There's chicken everywhere. You gotta love that this morning. So people are being chased, other chickens are being brought in, and there's a chicken who is just not even a mature chicken. Look for the Star and then figure out who the immature chicken is. Good morning.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.